Next thing, so I don't know if you can fix this or if it's just dead, but I just want to open it and look, right? So this is a mosquito killer.
Popular US layout keyboard. Flat
Yeah,
and wide both shifts.
yeah. Flat enter and wide both shifts. I don't know what you mean with that, but let's see if we can see what's wrong with this. It might just be it's been like for a long time in the like upper hallway here next to the stairs, and I just emptied like yesterday or, or whenever. Yeah, yesterday when I was cleaning stuff. I thought, oh, I'll just take a look, right? So let's just get some dust off everything. And let's see if we can get it started. So if we would plug it in now, we could do it actually. So, so we're not gonna open this with the power on. Uh, Not at first, at least. So less dust. So if I plug this in now, if it'll glow, I'm amazed. Oh, thanks. Let's see. So nothing. It's supposed to be on. There's no like on off button or anything. But probably it's just dead. You know, it's probably just dead. But I still want to look. Take the opportunity to look inside and see. Oops, a tiny audio cable. I also don't know where to put that. So maybe we'll just pull this apart and throw the parts away, you know? Because I'm just curious since I've never opened one of these and looked inside. So what? Is it me being blind? Or is that another screw? That looks different, definitely. So I think it's just plastic. So it's also plastic here. There's plastic, and you can see in the insides of it, right? So it's been on the floor. It's been like our nightlight, actually. And my autistic 16-year-old, he doesn't like flies. So that's why it's been like on for a year or something. So it's probably just dead from age. So I think we'll have to turn it over and do the same thing. Didn't I get this up? No? Okay, so one. I opened that one. But it's not. Oh, no. So now we know why there wasn't a screw. It was the bottom of the hole for another screw from the other side. So I guess it's more graphically, it's more aesthetic to have them on different sides apparently. Though there could be a back and a front side, and you could have the front side visible. Well, there. So these, I guess I'd just lift up there. So it's kind of dirty, but it's not like it's extreme. So this is the insides of a mosquito killer after a year on the floor. A bit more than a year. And we have the electronics. Let's actually pull it out. So we don't need the other side either. So I'm assuming that this is just dead, this tube here, and that we can't do anything about it. But it's still interesting to look inside, and we can also look at all the components, and maybe we'll even get some spare parts for something else here. So it's kind of cool. So let's look at with the microscope on the top. Uh, so this is more like scavenging than fixing, right? So here we have all the parts. So this is where we get the power in here.
Change bulb for LED light.
Yeah, but these are like cheap. I bought 4, I think, and we only used 1 so far. So it's not like I'm gonna buy some spare parts. Uh, so we have. I'm thinking this number. We could like search for this. 2012. That's long ago. I didn't buy 2012. I know that. I bought it like maybe 3 years ago. Uh, so where was the number? S J 36 93. And we get some totally different stuff, right? Yeah, I didn't have high hopes for that, but it would be cool if we found info about the board. 1850B. The fuse. So, um, what keeps this attached? It's 2 screws, I think. So let's. So I don't think it's worth it. Um, but it's still interesting to see. So this will be hot, right? Or no? It will be. There will be an electric high voltage, I guess, between those. And we can see there it's like forks on different directions, right? Meeting with these plastic bits or silicone or whatever it is. So I'm actually going to wipe a bit of the gunk off here. Let's see what it's supposed to look like. Maybe it's just so much there so it shorts. We shorted. So we could always start it up like this without touching it, of course. So it's also wet and has still got stuff on it, so we're not doing it now. Oh, look, so there it kind of looks very dark. That's quite dark. That's a black and a brown cable. Yeah, so that's where the power goes into those. Okay, good. And then that is
Maybe that's
just
another
connected
silver
to the
bulb,
plastic.
upside down.
Yeah, so this is the light, and I think this is purple too. So it's just not a white one, you know. It's a special one for luring mosquitoes. So we could, of course, if we wanted to, try and see if we could find a new one. Uh, But we'd probably first want to see if this is even electric, not by touching it though. So let's, before we pull it apart, let's see if we can just clean it up a little more. And so there's a tiny, tiny chance that it doesn't start if it's without blowing the fuse then too, if it's like shorting in there from too much stuff. I don't think so. And it's not like I got all of it out. So, and I think I have 3 more in the attic because I was trying to get my kid who doesn't like mosquitoes to the country house with lots of mosquitoes. And you use every trick, like saying, "Oh, I bought a lot of mosquito catchers. No, there will be no mosquitoes, right?" And then he didn't like. I think it was too bright light to have in the same room or something. Yeah, so this one goes down. Where are the others going? So this one goes to the middle. It's this. These two are the light, and this one goes to this. So this one has other side. Okay. These two go to the other side, I'm assuming. There's also, you can unscrew here. Okay, let's just see. Yeah. No, these are too fat. I think these are too. No. I just saw big lumps of gunk. Yeah. Whatever. It doesn't matter really. I just don't want anything shorted. And it was all over the place, right? So so again, these two, that and that. This connector is the other side. These two go to this side of that one. So these are for the light, and this is the connector for power, and it should be 2 different ones on this side. So that's all the connectors. So I'm curious why it has 2 cables here. So let's look at that again. So maybe we should even turn it right side. So we have.
I have one lamp of Thoth with a ventilator that catches mosquitoes and has a humanitarian design at the bottom of the lamp. There's a small bag, like the one in a vacuum cleaner.
Oh, yeah, this is the bag. A little tray on the bottom that you can unscrew like this at the bottom of it with these edges here on the side. So there was mosquitoes there, but not a lot for a year. So let's plug it in. No touching. So I'm gonna plug it in, and just to see, this is just a test to make sure that it wasn't like shorted or something. So it's plugged in, it has power. We could measure stuff, but yeah, let's. I don't want to like pull the cord and get it in my lap. That wouldn't be a nice idea. So.
Like this.
So what I'm thinking is it a possibility that this is too high voltage? If it is, I'll be not happy. So, uh, let's measure these. So we have one, and we have the other. So it might be me too much there. Yeah. So this goes up to 600. Volts, and I said 800, right? So I was bad to it. There. So we were doing more than it could do. Let's just unscrew the rest, right? And there are some capacitors here, so I won't touch stuff too much. So I guess this is for switching the light, if we wanted to. We could probably do it here. Let's see what it looks like. So a tiny lid at the bottom with only this, right? Only the cables going to the two thingies there. So if we were to open this more, so yeah, so it's not really replaceable, right? It's not made for being replaced. It's all kind of stuck. So I'm thinking this is now salvaging some components project, right? So let's see, we have there. Guess you can't see it, right? So so what we did, when we measured here, we know it's not really broken, it's just a light, right? So we could replace the light if we wanted to, and I feel very blind. There was just one! I thought there were two. So now we have all the cables. Let's see if these can be pulled off. Yeah. So, pulled off, meaning might there be something else keeping this together? No. So just a bit of friction there. So so we have some plastic trash for the plastic trash pile. Maybe these are actually kind of cool to keep for some project, right? Like they're a bit flexible. So, but I can't imagine these being useful for anything. So I already had a tiny bit of trash there. So opening that up. And so, oh, there's There's another screw. I thought I saw two. Could I have seen this one? It's possible that it was available to see. So plastic. So we have two more of those. Yeah, really not meant to be replaced. So I don't think I could put those back, even if I wanted to. So this kind of looks very uneven in the color, right? So I'm kind of assuming that you can really see that it's broken, but I haven't really used these a lot, so. But it's a cool color. Now I'm curious what voltage it wants. Should we plug this in again? So let's unplug this thing too. So it is solar, is
Be
it?
a hot dog toaster, lol.
Just put the hot dog in the middle. But it's not really getting heat. It's just 600 volts between these then. Or 800, I mean. That's quite a lot. Yeah, so they're like crimped in there, these two. So let's just cut them. So where's the pliers? So I'm just gonna cut these two. There. And yeah, so I was just thinking, are there any screws? But these are just folded over. Okay, let's. So I don't imagine us doing anything but putting these in the trash. But as we've gone this far, this is not a big step to sort plastic and metal trash, right? So some more plastic trash to the trash pile. And this is a bit of a cool thing. But without light, no mosquitoes will go there, right? But imagine how much tinier this could be than if it was this big, you know. But I guess they don't want anyone touching it, right? By mistake. So they put it with a big distance. Because compare the diameter of these, right? It's kind of big, the difference. So, but I guess it's a security feature. So, there. And then the lid went into here.
It will be a new type and level of fast food, running on 600 volts. Lol.
800 something. We can watch the video later and see. So I'm saving these because it's kind of good sometimes. Say if you want to pull a tiny lead through a wall like a ground cable that I currently want to do, then I can just make a hole with a tiny screwdriver on one side of the wall, and well, the screwdriver will just push through the wall, both layers of wall, and then I'll just push this through, and then I put the cable through. So those kind of things, these kind of things are good for. So those we're saving. I think I just ate some mosquitoes. So there was not a lot of dust or stuff in there anyway.
Very
So
creative. Lol.
it's just basic. I've always done that with some kind of thingy. Some kind of tube of some sort. Because cables, they just go like this, you know. So now we have the electronics left. And these look very unpluggable. So we have a power connector with a power cable. That could be useful, right? So let's unplug the other connectors too. And we also know that we can get like, I didn't want to have it connected for long when it was beeping too, you know. Um, and I checked before it said 600. I was like, do I dare to? Let's just do it. Maybe not the smartest thing. So we have some components here. Um, two. And since we know one of these is one end of the light and the other is the other, and this is the out for the power. So there, it looks like a transformer there. So we'll have to like experiment with these maybe. But it's always, you know, to have full power with your fingers, it's not like really safe too. We might be able to use some of these. So I was thinking, what is this? But it says C, so these are capacitors. And gosh, I'm almost using my glasses when I have a microscope. So we could lower it a bit so we see better. Uh, so that's info about the fuse. Let's have something to point with, right? So here it says 1850 volts. It's probably this. And it's probably okay still. So this must be L1. And I guess this thing that looks like an O is a D because this is a diode. And here, this one. Oh yeah, it says D here too. Because this is a diode symbol. I was like, why is this one this direction? So someone that was having fun soldering. And the resistor is there. That's over there. So two more diodes. They've had real fun soldering here, right? I hope it wasn't kids doing it. It's bought in a Swedish store. So I understand why they put the resistors here, though, this way. So let's see if I can like polish the surface there with this. And let's go closer. So let's check. Why not? I'm just playing, right? I was like, I want to do something relaxing. I've been working, then I got my kid and we went to my mom's, helped her buy like 10 giant big things of wood. Uh, and we got that into her garage and lots of stuff before. And then we went shopping. So so let's see. Actually, the first number there got a hit. So we have information about this transistor. That easy. But it's also a standard. So we get the Swedish Institute for Standards. So so this is the component that we have right here. Why did it go unfocused? I don't know. So so it has a high value of 4 something. I don't know for what. Uh, so let's just click one of the first ones. Oh, NPN. Mm. So let's continue looking at the board. Uh, so I'm just pulling this up a bit more. So I think I'm almost learning here. So that's not the right spot, right? So let's move this. So what else do we have on here? There's lots of capacitors, all different kinds. There's some resistors and diodes. That's like the whole thing almost, except for the transistor we checked out. And there's B1. Uh, it must be B, right? B1. Here we have another. This is not the one we checked, but I think it's the same one. Yeah. So we have two transistors. One there, one there. And then we have the L here. I never remember what they are called. So there. And where's the letter for this? Is it B1 and B2? Yeah. Yeah. Oh. I'm curious to know exactly how this one works. Because I see two different things around it. The blue and the orange there. So what is it really doing? Could we see on the bottom? Yeah, we can. So we can see this is just one layer, right? So at this spot, if I put my finger, this would be the place. Yeah, it's a bit too much to understand fully how it works from this, but we might look at it again. So this isn't a lot of space to keep, right? For checking it out another time. So let's just see if we can get this take a little less space and also not a lot of dust left on them, right? So
Thing Gizmo says, "Is this a bug zapper?"
yeah,
Smile.
yeah. With this one it's dead. But we tested the actual suction thingy. But it goes to the trash. But we might be able to use some of this or the whole thing. We'll see. So it's not like it takes a lot of space. So next thing.